2019, the year we didn't care about masks or sanitizers, and also the year where Hyundai had launched the Venue, its first sub 4-meter compact crossover. Now, all the buzz was surrounding the Venue regarding its brand new turbo petrol engine packed to a new 7-speed DCT. It had a lot of tech like Blue Link, and it had to take on the rivals such as the EcoSport, rest in peace, the Brezza, the Urban Cruiser, and the Nexon. Now, fast forward 3 years, the competition has changed. The Venue sibling, the Sonet, has more tech, looks a bit better. The Brezza has got an extensive facelift, which brings it on par in terms of tech with the Sonet. The Nexon also got a facelift in 2020. So, in 2022, can the Venue in its newest avatar take on these three and beat them? Well, let's find out. So let's start off with the exterior of the 2022 Venue. Now the variant we have with us is the SXO Turbo Petrol iMT variant. Now taking a look at the grill is more square in design and looks more in line with the bigger Hyundai SUVs. It is finished in this dark chrome, which I prefer over normal chrome, and is surrounded by this piano black finish that extends into the indicator. The placement of the headlamp and indicators are the same, but the indicators do get a different design in this facelift. The headlamps are LED and are surrounded by the LED dials. Now below that you can see the absence of a fog lamp. Now the fog lamp is not present on any variant of the 2022 Venue. And also right next to it you can see the redesigned front skid plate. Over to the side, the only change on the 2022 Venue are the redesigned alloy wheels, which look really nice. Now they are the same tire size as before, and no, the 2022 Venue does not get 4-wheel disc brake. Now coming over to the rear of the 2022 Venue, we can see the rear is where the biggest design changes happen. The tail lamps have a light bar now between them and have this layered design instead of the old boxy design they had. The rear bumper is square in design as well, with this rectangular black insert that houses the restyled reflectors and reverse lights. Here's a look at the tail lamp and reverse lights in action. Taking a look at the boot, which is rated at 343 liters, it is decent enough. The seats do split 60-40, and oh yes, this variant is filled with the red carpet because this vehicle was meant to go for an event after this, and the parcel shelf tray was also removed from this particular demo variant, but you can expect it on the variant which you are planning to purchase. The key of the 2022 Venue is similar to the 2019 one. It has 4 buttons for this particular variant with the start-stop function. And since this variant is the smart key variant, it gets the welcome function, which means the mirrors unfold, the puddle lamps light up when you walk towards the car with the key in your pocket. Getting into the Venue is as simple as walking up to the car, pressing the request sensor on the door, and just walking into the cabin compared to sitting down as in some other cars, and the seats are comfortable. Now talking about the seats, this is how they look on the top spec variant, SXO that is. It is finished in fabric and leather. The seats are 4-way powered by the way, that being the backrest angle and the seat base. The height adjustment is still manual. Overall, the front seats of the Venue are comfortable and is very similar to the 2019 variant without any difference. Although I would have liked the height adjustment to be powered as well, since Hyundai did give power adjustment for the backrest as well as the base. Taking a look at the interior of the 2022 Venue, it has small changes and is not as extensive as the changes on the exterior. So let's go ahead and take a look at what they are. The deep-cut leather wrap steering is borrowed from the elder sibling, the Creta, and is brilliant to hold. Now the buttons on the left are for the audio controls, phone, and the voice assistant. while on the right the buttons are for the MID and the cruise control. Now right behind this we have the indicator and light stalk, and on the left hand side the wiper stalk, the right way they're supposed to. Now one of the biggest changes inside the cabin is the all new instrument cluster, which seems to be based on the one in the Kia Currents. On the left hand side is the speed and fuel gauge, and on the right is the RPM and the engine temperature. Now the MID is controlled using the button on the steering wheel and shows a host of features such as the driving info, a compass and the tire pressure monitoring system. Now the themes can be changed from the vehicle setting using the infotainment screen. The themes are as same as the modes available on the DCT variant, which is Eco, City and Sport. And here's a look at the graphic that plays when the engine speed goes up, which is quite neat. The 8-inch HD touchscreen can be used using the physical buttons below the screen and comes with 60 plus connected car features using the BlueLink system. The system also supports regional language this time and also has Alexa integration. A neat little feature within this updated BlueLink system for the Venue is that you can now use the touchscreen system to control the automatic air conditioning system. You can set the temperature, the fan speed as well as the direction of airflow, which is quite neat in my opinion. The voice command for the BlueLink system can be activated by pressing the button on the steering and saying, "Open the sunroof."
Opening the sunroof.
Another new feature to the system is the sounds of nature. There are a total of 6 of them, so take a listen. Now coming below the touchscreen system, you have the AC controls which look exactly the same as the older model. Now below that is the wireless charging pad, a USB Type-C port for charging and a USB-A port for the infotainment system to access Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Further below we can see the 6-speed gear lever, cup holder, the physical handbrake and the armrest with the integrated air purifier display. The air purifier can be switched on using the button on the side and it comes with 3 modes: Auto, Normal and Turbo. Now opening up the armrest, we can see the space inside is decent, and also over here what can be noticed is the vent for the air purifier. Looking over to the passenger side, we can see the new strip of ambient light which does not change color, below which is the glove box which has the cooling function. The inside rearview mirror is the manual day and night switch type, which shouldn't be the case in a car costing more than 13 lakhs. It also has 3 buttons related to the BlueLink system. Now the in-cabin light can be switched on individually or together. Coming to the rear seat space, the only difference here is that the front seats have redesigned seat backs to allow for more knee room. The width of the menu makes it a 2-seater at best, while the headroom is decent. Now the rear AC vents have the same design as before, but there are 2 USB-C ports below them. The seat backs for the rear seat can be adjusted at 2 recline angles using the lever on the side. Overall, the rear seat space is the same as the outgoing Venue, which means it is best suited for 2 adults. So what powers the 2022 Venue? Well, 3 engines and 4 transmission options. The 1-liter turbo petrol engine puts out 120 horsepower and is mated to a 7-speed DCT or a 6-speed iMT. Now it also comes with a 1.2-liter petrol engine mated to a 5-speed manual and a 1.5-liter diesel mated to a 6-speed manual. Starting up the Venue, you realize it is very refined at idle. Now on this iMT variant that I'm driving, letting go of the brake results in the venue moving off seamlessly from a standstill, almost like the automatic variant. On the move, there's a small initial lag which I've noticed on the i20 as well as the i20 N-line. But after that, all you need for the venue to get going is a light accelerated tap and it gets all that 120 horsepower to push you forward. Now coming to the iMT transmission, I have been dailying an iMT vehicle for the past couple of months, so that may be the reason why I felt at home driving the iMT. The shifts are slick, but don't expect the shift times to be anywhere close to a conventional manual transmission. But as things stand right now, the iMT is my perfect combination of an automatic and a manual gearbox together. Coming to the ride and handling department, the Venue being a monocoque crossover feels very car-like to drive as opposed to the SUV that it aims to be. Straight line stability is good and it doesn't feel twitchy or nervous. It remains composed even through the fast corners. Now the electronic power steering is very light and buttery smooth when driving within the city or while parking, but it weighs up very well on the highways. Braking too is really good and the Venue stops without any drama despite it having front wheel disc brakes and rear drum brakes. Now one thing to note is that the DCT variant comes with paddle shifters and drive modes, which do sort of change the driving dynamics of the vehicle. But since I've not driven the DCT variant, I'm going to reserve my comment until I do so. With this facelift, Hyundai has addressed a lot of the issues that the Venue had. Now it was getting long in the tooth design wise, and this refresh of the exterior does help the Venue stay relevant in the market right now. Like I said in the beginning of the video, the Sonet is the new kit, the newest kit is the Brezza, and the Nexon is doing really well as well. So this facelift, exterior wise, is decent. Interior wise, yes, they could have done a bit more. I really expected the 10.2 inch touchscreen and the Bose sound system to make its way from the smaller sibling, the i20, into the Venue, but that didn't happen. The instrument cluster was a very nice change. It does look really nice, and the scoop on the front seat back to liberate more knee room is really helpful. The most important part of the Venue is the pricing. It is priced approximately from 8 lakhs all the way up until 13 lakhs on road, depending on the variant that you want to buy. The diesel automatic is not available on any of the variants, and you can't buy a 1 liter turbo petrol engine with the proper manual gearbox, only the iMT. So in a way, there is a Venue for each and every one of you. There's the 1.2 liter with the manual, 1.5 liter diesel with the manual, or a turbo petrol with the DCT and the iMT. So overall, given the choice between all of the competitors, the Venue still does hold a strong position and does actually give you a reason to buy it. Now if it was up to me, I would go for the Venue because I liked driving it a bit more. Like I said, it might be the fact that I am dailying an iMT for the past 2 months, but there's something about the Venue that felt very similar. But here's the thing. Now if you're like me and you want something a bit more special from the Venue, Hyundai is launching the Venue N-Line. Just like the i20 N-Line, it's expected to have a firmer ride in a good way, a tighter steering, more red treatment, the thunder blue exterior color, and so on. So I'll definitely be reviewing that once that comes out. So you do have that option as well coming soon if it isn't the normal Venue that is what you want. Here's a look at all the safety features that are available on the 2022 Venue. Now feel free to pause the video to go through all of them. So that was my review of the 2022 Venue facelift. Now before I end this video, I want to thank PEEYESYEM Hyundai for lending me the Venue, and a huge thanks to Mr. Sudershan who helped me film this video. So if you want to get info on the Venue or any other Hyundai products, or even for a test drive, please feel free to contact the info shown on the screen right now. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you did like the video, please do hit the like button as well as the subscribe button, as it helps the channel out a lot. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, stay safe, drive safe, and always wear your seatbelt.